What's going on, y'all? Back with another episode of Creator Chronicles. My name is Nick James. I'm here with my co-host
Douley.
And we're here with our special guest, Modern African.
What's going on, bro?
Hey guys, first of all, good. Hey guys, I'm Femi, aka Modern African. I make videos. I don't know how to say it, but we'll talk more and more about exactly, I guess, the nuance behind, the videos. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. So how did you get your start in content creation?
Yep, what's crazy, we literally were just talking about this.
Literally.
So pretty much, I remember, I forgot what year, but iPhone was doing this really big, it was this marketing campaign for cinematic mode. And I knew in the time, I was I want to start making videos because my mom, she was big on scrapbooks, but I was always big on I was never big, photogenic. So I was okay, but I like videos, so let me just try to do the video thing. Cool. I go, I buy it, and it's I start shooting on it, and nothing that was showing on those commercials were my videos. My videos were terrible, and I'm all right, someone lied. Even to the point where I went to the Apple store, was yo, it's not I'm not joking. Everyone was yo, what's going on? They're no, but you still actually have to know what you're doing.
Right.
I took that kind of to heart. I was what do you mean?
Ooh,
and then but I had already promised a couple of people hey, I'll shoot this Black Youngster concert for homecoming. Okay. And it was mind you, I've already promised. I was all right, cool. So I spent that night just researching, okay, what am I supposed to do? And it did so well, he retweeted it. So I was damn, mind you, off of my phone.
That's fire.
I used Apple, the Apple editing software. It was terrible, but I remember just.
What is it called? iMovie or some shit?
iMovie,
yes.
literally. And it was the worst when I look back, but it was it was enough that it got not only recognition from him, but my school was retweeting it. People who didn't know me that was hitting me. And I was damn. And then it was video after video after video.
That's where it starts, bro.
Yeah, literally. So
that's what's up. And you went to University of Maryland Eastern Shore, right?
College Park first, then Eastern Shore second. Yes.
Nice.
Okay,
nice.
yeah. Down. Okay, Terrapin.
Which is crazy because I then got the PWI experience for a couple of years, and then was rudely awakened that that is a completely different culture than an HBCU. And I'll tell everyone for free, Eastern Shore is 100% a HBCU. I tried to go to the cafeteria once, and my shorts and my t-shirt. Yeah. And my man was go back, go change. We don't do that here. I'm bro, I'm just getting food. He's it doesn't matter. You have to know exactly what you want to look like wherever you go because you don't know who's watching it. Even though it was small advice at the time, it changed my mindset on so many things. So it worked out.
What? Why?
Check yours.
Oh yeah, no, HBCUs don't play. They don't play with that at all.
You better have that shit on. All
you better
time.
have that shit on. It's because it's they should be. A lot of people should have been focusing on their grades, but no, it doesn't matter. I think if anything, it did teach me just kind of because of the fact that there's a lot of situations where first impression is, especially as as a black student, first impression is such a big thing that I can see why it's you don't know what opportunities are going to come. You should always be ready. So it's comb your beard out.
Like I said earlier, it's all about perspective.
It's always perspective.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, I apply that daily, especially working in sales and stuff. You just have to be dressed up a certain way because you just never know who you're gonna see. You don't want to be looking raggedy that day.
Man, I'm about to stop going to my shoots and Crocs.
Yeah. It's crazy because it's I'm starting to learn that no.
Sometimes I do.
Hey, but you can. What I learned at UMS is it don't matter what you're wearing, it's what you're putting on. You can wear Crocs. The same way with me using my iPhone. I was making better videos than some people who was rocking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000
cameras, right?
Because it's not about what you buy. It doesn't matter the money you're spending.
I agree.
It's 100%. I've seen some people throw some Crocs and I'll be damn, that's a fit.
Yeah,
that's a fit. So it depends. Depends.
No, but you're absolutely right about that because that's one thing I always say. You can have like you said, X amount dollars worth of gear, but if you don't know how to use it, what good is it to you?
Don't matter.
I actually met a girl in Houston, Texas when I was in Houston. I was in Austin, my bad.
Okay.
And bro, she did all she shot concerts, parties, all on her phone. If I never met her and I only saw her page, I would have thought she was shooting a nice camera or something, but she shot everything on her iPhone, bro.
That's
And I watched her shoot it, so I was like, damn, so you shoot everything on that.
Which is crazy though, because it's like,
Her editing is OC though, so.
and it has to be though.
Yeah.
And I feel like as someone who started with a phone, 100% I remember the progress. It went from like, I was holding it, but I was mad shaky. And I was like, but like, there's a lot of cameras, if you purchase it, it comes with kind of like that like stability that helps you. So even if you're shaking, I learned, and I didn't have money for a stabilizer at the time. I was a college student.
Right.
So I just kept doing it in like random settings, with basketball games, just filming my mans, just like doing random things.
Right.
Like one of my friends he became a cook at the time, and he wanted to sell plates, and I was recording for him. And I started seeing, without me noticing, I randomly went to like my second Burna Boy concert out of like 7.
You went to the last one?
okay, super fan.
I even went to Chicago. Like, don't.
Hey, yo. That's nuts.
Nah.
It's my tech.
But like, I remember like, I was getting like, mind you, this was like at Fillmore. So this is like, anybody who know Fillmore know like, if you're not at the top, you're like with everybody. And my friend knew how close I was. And then I was sending him, he's like, yo, send me some videos. He's like, how is this so steady? I was like, I mean, I don't know, like I focused, I guess, not realizing like all the practice I was putting in without me thinking it was practice came into play. And now that I have my real camera, which has my videos, people think that like I'm using this like a stabilizer or even using like a gimbal or whatever, and I'm not.
So wait, you shoot handheld?
I shoot handheld, everything handheld, everything.
So you really, that steady hand has really, damn, yeah, because I tried doing video with my, bro, I'm a photographer though, so like, shaky in the motherfucker, bro.
It's a technique to it. There's a couple tools, but like even then you can't lean too much on the tools because like you go there and you never know what you expect. And one thing I tell creators all the time is like come in with a plan. Come in with like whatever you want to shoot. Like have it in your head like, okay, like, which is why a lot of art in general, if you just think of creativity as like art, there's no art that started at like ground zero. Someone was influenced by something all the time. So if you go in and you're like, you know, this is my inspiration, this one, like, it's easier for you to like plan shots. Versus like when I first started, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm recording, I got you. I'll do no planning, I don't know what song I'm using,
You just go to
nothing.
the shoot, camera in hand.
And then like, I promise you, everything's slow motion. Slow motion, just slow motion, slow motion, slow motion. And it was like, it got to a point where someone was kind of like, do you shoot everything in slow motion? Not realizing I use it as a handicap because I knew like, if I shoot something for like 30 seconds, I can find like, because it's ended up be like 5 minutes, but like, I can find little spots. But then I started finding the beauty of like still shots that are in like regular speed. And then, so it's like just being able to kind of like go to your art, appreciate it, but then also start looking at like, okay, what else can I add to like portray that image that you, again, which all starts from the beginning of plan. If you can paint it in your head, you can paint it on that canvas with your creativity.
Plan.
I agree. Have to.
All right, that's a bar. Paint it in your head to plan. Love that, love that, love that. All right, so next question. How do you deal with creative block though?
A lot of 2K, bro. Like, I won't lie to you. I get to points where like, and it's bad, and I feel like I want to, which is crazy. We were literally just talking again about like spaces and like what spaces can like, and I'm very big on like, you can't force it. I'll be real with you, I can't force it. Like, it's like there's days where like I'll be in front of my computer in my house, it'll be 9 p.m. I'm like, I'm not touching my phone. 11 o'clock, I got like 12 seconds edited. I'm like, nothing. But then there's days where like I feel inspired, and then like I'll knock out like 4 or 5 minutes, and anyone who knows, 4 or 5 minutes of work of like video editing is a lot.
That's a
bro.
OC.
And I'll knock it out like to the point where like I'm staying up till 2, 3 in the morning because I'm like, once I press export, I know I'm gonna watch it. Like, oh, this joint is crazy. And you never know, because it's like, that's why I tell people always, like, when you're creating, have a notepad. Just have it there, because there's a lot of thoughts that you have in your head that are perfect, you will never have again. Ever. You'll never, and it will be the greatest, like, you will see, not only will you see it, you'll see how it's gonna be perceived, you know your angle, you know the coloring, you know it all. But then you're like, all right, I'll do it later. Once it's dead, it's dead. It's dead.
That's a fact. And I got bad memory. So like, I need to actually start making that a habit. I have lately, like putting stuff in my notes on my phone, because you know you always have your phone on. You're not gonna always keep a notepad. At least the average person ain't gonna always keep a notepad. So
for sure.
I try to write down my ideas as soon as you know, get them. But I had a question for you. So it kind of tags along to what Liz just asked you, but like, when you are, what? I know you said you shot on iMovie. You edited on iMovie when you first started out.
Yeah.
What are you editing on now? Or what is your favorite software to edit on, and why?
I look at software the same way I look at lenses. It's like, what that tool has will help me. Whatever that can help me create this idea faster and more efficiently.
Gotcha.
So I'll start immediately. Like the first thing I do, like my workflow is, I go in, I upload like my memory card, and I just start looking. I'm just seeing like, and then like there's a thing that Mac does where it's like you can like tag it by a color. So I've already like, I have like a color system where it's like slow shot, fast shot, important shot, potential intro shot, potential outro shots, just so like get through it. So like now, once I'm done, mind you, once I'm done that is its own, and that's why I feel like people needs to break up tasks versus like do it all at once.
Right.
Because once I do that, I sleep, I wake up. Now I'm not even like stressing. I'm like, okay, the intro shots, I remember this, or even like a TikTok, I have like a folder that has like potential audios that I want to use, because like TikTok, beautiful place for audio. Like it's like, I'll talk about this later, but like just getting out of the habit of like using music as kind of like your crutch. Like, okay, I have a dope song, let me just throw whatever and then just chop it, versus like people who are actually like, the way you mic me up, chopping that up, up, slowing songs down based on the vibe and stuff like that. But either way, I organize it, and then from there, it becomes kind of like I'll put it together based off the beat and like, I guess the speed I want it to on Premiere Pro. Then, depending on like, I love CapCut, because it's like,
CapCut's OC.
CapCut is like, it's so powerful.
And they got a desktop version now too.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That jump be fake difficult a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie, it's just as easy as the phone for me.
Yo, I'm telling you, if you're free time, 15 minutes a day, go on YouTube, tips and tricks on CapCut. The tricks, like I've watched people make like videos that I know for a fact they can submit this to like one of those video festivals, and they shot everything on their iPhone on CapCut.
Say less.
Like,
say less.
So it just depends. It's like, if you find like some of my best transitions come from CapCut because it's already built in. Right. But then I know there's certain other things that I need After Effects for. So it's like, it's just, I guess I'll just say this by saying, there's no necessary favorite. I just think that as a creative, you constantly should be figuring out ways to kind of like add to your tool chest.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, you don't know what project you're gonna want to build. Right. And it sucks if the only thing you have is a hammer and a screwdriver.
For sure.
Facts.
I love that.
And then like this thing we do, photography, videography, it's constantly evolving, bro.
Every day.
Things are always coming out, you have to always adapt. You gotta,
literally.
So.
Literally. So, I don't know. I think I'm getting to a point where it's like, it's not just videography, it's just life in general. Right. I'm just getting to a point of just like, there's never a time to not be learning about something.
Gotcha.
Always. Like, this one guy got me into this one random like 1998 movie, and he was like, the reason why I did this photo shoot was because of this, and then like I watched it and I saw the exact shots that he shot mimic theirs, and I was like, wow, I don't watch enough movies. I say I'm a creative, but like, I don't think I seek out art. I don't think I'm going to museums and stuff, and like seeing like, okay, what's the like, it's one thing to say I did a video, it's another thing is like, hey, this was influenced by AYZ. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I don't know, just learn. Keep learning. Keep learning.
Yeah, never stop learning, for sure.
Never stop learning.
Love that.
Yeah.
Good tips, good heat. All right, one last question for me.
Okay.
What would you say is your biggest challenge, like creating content?
Consistency. I didn't gotta think about it. Consistency. I feel like I lean on the fact that I know I'm good. Like, and I feel like I'm getting better and being confident about my work.
Great.
Like, I lean too much on the fact that like, I'll drop, and I know it's fire. I'll be like, damn, that was good.
Hey man, you gotta be confident in what you put out, man.
Have a belief in product.
For
I say that all the time.
But then it gets to a point of complacency of thinking like, okay, like, I made that because I know. Versus like the other guy who doesn't think he's as good, who's
consistent,
like putting in work day in, day out. I know this one creator, he dropped a video every day for 60 days.
Who? And Tifa?
Yeah.
Wow. And it's crazy because it's like watching the work.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's very crazy.
You're just watching, you're just kind of like, you see, like, mind you, like if you look at it from video to video, the changes don't look that crazy.
Right.
But if you look at the work from day one and you look at the work at day 60, dog, dog, it's crazy what consistency can do, and I try to, but it's like,
I watched every video of that
bro.
challenge. Oh man, every video.
What did you learn from it?
First of all, T-Pass OC.
OC.
I've been saying that. T-Pass OC.
He did me cry, bro.
It's color grading. I've learned so much stuff in that 60 days about video. I'm a photographer, but I've been trying to get into video. So when I saw he was doing that challenge, I said, I'm gonna watch every single one of these jumps.
Just to support my mom.
To support and because, you know.
And to learn.
It's free game.
What's even crazy is like, I understand the concept of like supporting people, but some people's work is so good, it's like, I could have known you from a can of paint and been like, I'm watching this.
No facts.
You know what I'm saying?
No
and that's
facts.
the type of work that like, and I want to make sure I say this, like, I get that people want people to constantly support stuff. And like, I'm very big on like, when I go on TikTok, if I see someone's work that I know, I'm not watching. Before I watch it, I'm liking it. But that's me. That's how I do things.
Right.
But I started learning like, if you want to really be the creator you want to, you have to just forget who is liking and just understand that like someone is enjoying what you're doing.
No,
Someone, like one guy came up to me and was like I was one of my mentors, like I was telling him like, I'm not really getting the views like that, I don't know if videography's for me, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, he looked at me, he's like, if 70 people came into this room right now and started clapping for you, would you be happy? I was like, yeah. He's like, but like you see the number 70 here and you're thinking like, damn, I don't got, it's comparison. You're comparing yourself to other people where it's like, it's not even about whether like some people, like the person that probably would have liked your work probably was busy with work. Right. The person who like, you know, you'll show you like, oh, your friend didn't like it, but at that time the person wasn't even, it was just scrolling. It's like, did you do enough to stop them from scrolling?
That's a fact.
Did you do enough?
That's
You know what I'm saying? Did you do enough for someone to like bookmark this joint to come back? Like, are you teaching someone something? Are you looking at something, you're like, you look at it from a perspective, you're like, whoa, or it stops you. Like I've seen some art from people that it stops me and I'm like,
that is stop, like, then
I text you, I will text you like, yo!
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I love the comment section, like, cause I just feel like that's my opportunity to be your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it known, like, like, you're gonna see this, like, you need to stop what you're doing and pay attention to this content, like, you know what I'm saying, to at least aid to draw attention to that. Yeah, but
got a lot of dope creators out here.
No, honestly, shout out to T-Fed for
a lot of dope
educating the creators. Stay tuned.
Yeah, with nothing to gain from it either, so that's dope. That's dope.
No facts. Have you on a nothing to gain from it? Like,
bro.
For me, when I look at his work, honestly, I get inspired. I love the way it makes me feel emotionally, like, and I love content that can speak to me because that's how I know it's beyond authentic at that point. It's resonating, so it hits a little different, and I don't know, like, it's just the intentionality behind it. It's like, it's clean, it's candid, it's so surreal, like, and I just feel like that's something that's not an easy thing to do. That's why we all create at the end of the day.
Especially on camera. Especially on camera.
Yeah, and it's like, just like how you said, just to get someone, like, even if we didn't know him or like know that he was like from our area, it's just like, dang, we would really stop and look at his work. It's kind of like,
good work is good work, right?
Exactly.
As a creative, you see good work. Let me see it all the time. Go to your explore page on your, like, because on my photography page, my explore page is nothing but photography shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. So like, when I'm bored and I want to be on Instagram, I'll just go there, and that's all. I like everything. Everything looks good. I rarely see bad shit over there.
And I think personally, that's why it's like, I don't like the fact that like people are migrating away from Instagram because I know what it's turning into.
Right.
But like as a creator, there's so many, I would say, creators that are just there to teach, to show how to like even like there's a lot of people who just have the blueprint of like showing like, hey, like this is where the trend of social media videography is going. Like I feel like people need to start really studying trends, because it's like I compare content making sometimes to like basketball, which is crazy, like which is weird. Like Carmelo Anthony, 2012, 2013, I mean unstoppable.
Right.
But that same type of basketball can't be played today.
Understood.
But just because he plays it here in this era doesn't make him a bad basketball player. It's just not the era for it. So I know a lot of people, like, you know, like for me, a lot of my content went from just kind of like, I did a lot of videos like this. The problem is, I've learned that this black space is very distracting.
Right.
So then I turned and I went back to here. But then I started seeing some cinematographers still do this, but then started doing the round borders.
Yeah.
Almost kind of like a film set.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to see some grain. I'm like, whoa. And then I'm starting to see like, okay, 30-second, like being able to capture someone in 30 seconds versus 60 seconds, batching them in certain ways, title carding. Like I'm seeing all of this just by my Explore page. Not a single like, and I pray that people don't do what I did my first year and a half, which is like tutorial practice. It's like, it's a term, but like just watching hella tutorial videos like, oh, I need to learn how to color grade. I need to know, when it's like the best teacher is literally just doing it. Let it be terrible. Let people criticize your work and it's gonna hurt. But just do it, let them hurt you, let it feel, and then use that as like, all right, I'm gonna be better. And you'll look at yourself and you'll be like, damn, I'm going to research things not because I'm trying to be the biggest. It's more of like, I'm learning how to color grade because the last video I didn't really like the color that much. So now I can like actually study what I need to study versus like, oh, I'm just gonna learn something and be a videographer. So it's tough. It's a journey, and you never stop. It never stops. Like even now as we're doing this, I'm thinking in my head like, there's something I probably like. We're literally talking about how like, I would love a studio that I can kind of just go to and just focus. Like I'll put like my phone on the wall and just be like, no, for the next 1 hour, I'm just focusing and having a rhythm and routine, which would probably help my consistency. So
right now, what are you doing? Are you full-time videographer? Are you in school? What you got going on right now?
So I'm a software developing consultant. It's such a weird thing, but like it's a lot. I would say pretty much I'm just kind of like the intermediate between like developers and like I would say like just kind of the client. Like, hey, I want ABC. I'll go to the developers and be like, hey, yo, they want ABC, and then I'm like the communicator between the two while also testing stuff. But I have that, and I travel from here to Sacramento once a month, which is really annoying, but I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos about that, like, and again, the whole like prospect of just kind of like record. Remember the video idea I told you I had? The one where I was like, I want to start recording life in different perspectives of like as a travel vlogger.
Yes, I do remember.
I got that idea from traveling just to Sacramento. So I'm working there, and then on the part-time I'm also taking gigs from here and there depending on like
what it is.
You know, I'll have the conversation, see if like the idea is aligned and stuff like that. But then I'm also doing like my own. So I don't know if it's not part-time because I'm doing it every day, but it's also not like full-time. It's just like,
it exists.
It is something that I love. Period. That's it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
I love that. We are back, and we're about to play a game of this or that. Is that cool, Femi? Can play a game with you? All right, cool. So, when it comes to shooting, which do you prefer? Do you prefer like candid shooting, or do you prefer having a shot list?
Shot list for sure.
Shot list, okay.
Shot list for sure.
Explain.
I think shot list is just kind of like the foundation. It's like if you're building a house, I don't think anybody would just go in and be like, I'm just going off vibes.
Going off vibes.
Going off vibes. Crazy.
Which is what it feels like when you just go in. It's like because you don't know what you're expecting. But I feel like a shot list doesn't mean okay, these are the only shots I'm taking. I think it's more of kind of like these are the mandatory shots I'm taking. And then you get those shots, and then from there, everything else is almost like a bonus. So from there, it's like, worst case, I have the exact shot I want. Best case, it's like, yo, I got this one random shot and then add it to already vision that I have. So, but shot list first all the time.
I agree. Like you mentioned earlier, planning.
Yeah,
for sure.
Are you going to ask Douley? That.
Models or amateurs? Like, who do you prefer to work with? Experienced models or newbies?
Okay, can I give a third option that's just not either?
Or make up your own answer.
Family and friends / strangers. It's weird. It's like I think I'm very big on with my videography. I don't like when people know I'm recording them. Do not like it. I'm very big on just experience life. If you're laughing, laugh. If you're enjoying something, just do it. And then let me tell the story of how I felt watching that. Let me do that on my own. And specifically, shooter. So it's like specifically like, or if I go to like a sporting event, like the last video I dropped was literally I bought a lens. I literally woke up from a nap and I was like, you know what? Something is telling me get this lens and let's just test it. So I bought a lens that allowed me to be in one spot and I could shoot like a little further over there. And I just started recording like, I mean, some of the sweetest moments. And like, mind you, DC United game go for like $20. Easy date idea for anybody. $20, lovely experience, lovely vibes. Like everything is clear. The stadium isn't like where like even if you get what is it called, the nosebleeds? It's not really nosebleed. You can see everything.
Right.
And I'm going and I'm seeing like families taking their kids for the first time, doing hugs. You have kids on it right here. You see like couples. You see just people just
enjoying the
and you just and I feel like the video I made is like every person who told me who they like watched it, they're like, damn, like I felt.
As you're saying it, I'm like kind of.
Yeah, bro. It's just it was warm. Like it's like and it's even why like I picked the song that I picked. It was a warm, which again comes into like the planning part. I knew I was coming in there with like a jazzy 90s 80s vibe. So like I knew I wasn't going to be spending time shooting the game.
Right.
My head was, I'm shooting families, I'm shooting kids, pause. I'm shooting like you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, so 100% like candid people, but like again, just the art of just people just being people.
Yeah.
That's my go.
So it sounds like you like amateurs, and it sounds like you're very much a candid shooter.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So one last this or that.
Okay.
Would you rather shoot an event or do commercial type content?
Event for sure.
Event for sure.
I feel if I need some cash, like for real, like if I want some like damn, I need some like I know commercials like the best way to like get a contract together. Ins is out. This is what you need. We don't even have to like play but like events, especially when it's like a life-changing event, is so sweet, man. Like I've shot baby showers. I've shot proposals. I've shot like someone like starting up their chef like their career.
Business.
Like and just like it's to me.
You went viral. Your proposal that you shot.
Did it really?
Bella Najat is viral, bro.
Word.
Yeah, that's African viral. Like,
what's that?
You didn't even know he went viral.
No, what's crazy? I didn't even know the person. I don't know. Yeah. I wasn't really like. I feel like
The girlies know. The girlies know.
Oh.
We're clocking.
Yeah. I guess. Like, wow. Like, which is why again, like that's. I knew I put my foot in that video because again, it was on my page. Like that was one of those videos of like I remember like doing it. And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I have enough clips, which is like my worst nightmare. I feel like I don't have enough clips. And then I start putting it together. I'm at the 45th second clip. And then it's crazy because this was actually, it was like 3 weeks after we had our conversation at like Louis Town Center.
Okay.
And then you were telling me about like just like videos and pictures. And since then, every event since that conversation, I've done videos, but then I also just took a couple of pictures, just beep, beep.
Yeah.
And like, I started realizing like, what if I merge the two? And then I started being better, and it's like again, which then turns into a whole thing. So that's wow. Who is Bella? We're gonna talk about that. Who's that?
That's literally the African platform.
Word.
Of like, if you're doing a proposal in the area and there was a budget involved, they're posting it. Like if you invested in your videographer, you invested in your content, if you were celebrating a wedding or an important event, or you got that shit on again.
Yeah.
Like,
they
post it. It's an African platform for like what?
No, really.
Shout out Bella Najat. That's my folks, so we folks, you know what I'm saying? I posted my folks and we just folks. Like, love that for us.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. One last segment. We typically share like songs that inspire us for a week. So what's a song that you can honestly say that like carries you through creativity?
Oh, on the spot. I wish you texted me. I had a playlist ready to go.
Not a playlist.
You want the authentic one?
Yeah.
Authentic one, I'd say like it can't be Drake no more. So I gotta go. Dangote Burna Boy. I feel like there's something about the lyrics where he's just kind of like, like even the richest man in Nigeria is like hustling. Like, what's good with you?
Yeah.
And when I hear it, it's just something because I remember exactly where I was when I heard it for the first time. Random Thursday, because I was again big Burna Boy fan. So I heard it and I'm just kind of like, it stuck me in place. It was kind of like, every time I listen to it, the first thing I'm thinking is, am I doing enough? Like, don't burn yourself out, but like, are you putting your best foot forward today? Because like, even the best of the best are working hard, so what's your excuse? So I'll say,
Love that.
Like we said earlier, everything is perspective, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
And have a plan. That's what I learned. Y'all have a plan.
Yeah. Appreciate you for coming on the pod.
No, I appreciate this.
Modern African, y'all go follow him. Like, share, subscribe. This is Creator Chronicles.
I'm New
Dooley
James.
checking out.
This is Modern African.
Modern African.
We're out. Thanks for checking in, y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, let's do it.
Dope.